Hello everyone, welcome. Today is day two of discussing teams. Yesterday we did the open section. Today we will continue with the women section, and we have the very same guest. For you guys, is a guest, not for me, but yes. So we have the very same person today.
Yeah.
Would you
Hello
like
everyone.
to? Would you like to hello the chat?
Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome. We are again discussing the teams as Nandini said. This time the women's section. A couple of them yesterday asked as to why are we not discussing the women's section. So here we are.
Yeah.
We decided to give a complete stream to just the women's section as well. So yeah.
Yes, let me just see, has the stream begun? Yeah, the stream has begun. I just wanted to check. I think it's all good. So, first of all, who all are playing? Without looking at the list, I'm sure you know some names already. You always have stats and players in mind, any sport. So, uh, who are a few of the names that you know that are playing?
You mean like from all the countries, right?
Yeah. I mean, India, we already know. You can begin with India, maybe then go
So
to other countries.
no, I think I'll try to go like maybe rating wise. I think one of the biggest misses of the Olympiad in the female section is from the Chinese team. And actually, when I
China.
say the Chinese team,
Actually,
yeah, the
it's
Chinese
not
team
just
not
one, no? It's
participating, it's
not
not
just
one
one.
exactly.
They were in
I
the
meant
they
like
were in
one
the
of the
top.
team, and
Yeah.
yeah, we can say Ju and Jun and Ju and Jun, the world
Yeah.
championship.
Yeah,
Uh,
she won it, right?
I think no,
The
I'm not
world.
sure if she's even the world rapid champion. And I
No,
mean,
rapid.
I know
I
she's in two formats.
wait. Didn't Humpy win rapid? Humpy won rapid,
Okay,
right? I know that.
then she
I
won Blitz.
Probably. I know that Humpy I mean, even after getting a child, she went back and won the World Championship. That should be
Okay.
rapid that she won.
Okay, so I think we're talking about Ju Engine and Hu Yifan. These are the biggest misses, though, you know. So yeah, we won't be seeing. She's Ju Engine is obviously the current women's world champion, and
Yeah.
then Hu Yifan is, I think, the
But
inactive players in female. I think she's world number
I
one.
think Hui Fan actually hasn't played for quite some time. She took a break, right?
Yeah, but I think the Olympiad is something that she does play. You would expect even the
Okay.
top players, like when we speak about most of the top players, like Michael Adams is not as active as one
Yeah,
would,
that's
you
right.
know. But yet
Yeah,
the
okay.
Olympiad comes and he is here.
Yeah, but he's
So
again
yeah,
he's again the top player in his team. Yeah, okay, that's right. I think as for the Olympiad, they play for their
yeah, it
country.
kind
It's
of.
just one
I
thing.
think it's one of the. It's not about it being an obligation, but it's one of the greatest prides to represent your country. So
Yeah,
I thought that maybe we could be seeing Huifan, but from an overall point, it's a little disappointing from a neutral perspective that we are going to miss these two stars from the Chinese team. But
that's right.
let's not talk about who's not here when we have such an amazing field in general, right? So
Yes.
there are some players from uh, the women's team. I think in the women's section, a team like Ukraine is extremely strong. We do
Hmm.
have Anna and Maria,
Yeah, the
Muzychuk
sisters,
sisters.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think we also have, along with them, I think we also have the third player is also very strong, Anna Oshanina.
Yeah, I
So
think all
these
of them
are
are grandmasters.
grandmasters. They all
Yeah.
three are grandmasters.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm talking about them before is because when we start talking about the Indian team, we'll be sticking to that for quite some time because
Yeah, that's
we
right.
have two amazing teams. So of the participation in the women's section is slightly lesser compared to the men's, but I think
Yeah, that's I mean that's
yeah,
that's bound to happen, right? But actually it's increased a lot now, you know. I'm just getting back to the stats. Women were not allowed to play any chess tournaments. 1950, was the first time. So it
Okay.
was just like 70 years ago was the first time ever that a woman was allowed, and it was only one woman who played in the Olympiad in 1950. So,
Okay.
and then they took a few years more and then started a women's section. So they were not getting opportunity. So the number is less, but it's actually increasing. I think even now, just like the open section number of teams, I think this should also be a record.
Okay. Yeah.
Considering that, I'll tell you, just like the open section, women's two players are coming for the first time ever, forming a team and coming. So I know that because I saw that on Twitter, and I just realized New Jersey, I think, and many other teams
Oh.
are coming for the first time ever. I mean, in that team, like they have one rated player. I mean, she just got a rating and started playing chess a few months ago, and all the others are unrated. But I mean, that's the point, right?
So I think
Even
you
in
said
the
Jersey, right?
yes, Jersey.
Okay. Jersey and the
Uh,
other team?
I don't remember Jersey. I remember because they replied to me on Twitter, so I remembered.
Okay.
I
Okay.
remember them. And plus, they have a team member who is a streamer.
Okay.
That's why I just and she actually started streaming last year chess, I think, and she started playing chess last year, and now she gets to play the Olympiad. I mean, it's lovely.
So we have
Okay.
Anish in the chat. We have Samarth in the chat as well. Hi, Sachit. Samarth has just asked us a question. Why are there no 2800 rated players in women's chess?
I think I
So
already
I think,
answered the question. Partly. I mean, partly I've answered that we've just started playing and getting entry into tournaments, right? It will slowly get there. It will take some time. You can hear me, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I was trying to set. Was not sure. Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah. So I think, like in any sport, I think over here it's just a matter of time. But the highest rated woman player has been Judith Polgar. I think if I'm not wrong, she's been in the world's top 5.
Yes, I think she was
Uh,
2750 plus, right?
I'm
2750.
not sure about her peak rating. I'm not sure about her peak rating, but I know her peak ranking was definitely in the world top 5 at some point. You can check that up. So Judith Polgar has been a world top 5 player in the open category we're talking about. So
Yeah.
she retired from chess, from competitive chess, and she actually also for a major part of her career, I think from the age of 15 or 16, she did not compete in the women's section. She was competing in the open all along.
Yeah, that's
So
right. Yeah, I think I was just checking her PD. I think 2735. But in those days,
yeah,
again, the ratings were lower than now, the highest ratings, right? So I think at that point of time, if she was 2735, I think maybe just Kasparov and Anand touched 2800 ever in history at that
no,
point of time.
no, there was Kramnik as well,
In
Kramnik and
2000,
Topalov.
in 2005, you mean?
In 2005, I'm not sure Vichy was there, but I think Kramnik was there.
Okay, yeah. I think
Kramnik
it
was
is
2800.
three, 4 players max, right?
I think as of now, if we talk about crossing 2800, I think there are only 6 or 7 in the history of the game.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
think I
there.
think we are I think we're talking about Kasparov being the first ever. Then,
Hmm.
if I'm not wrong, I think Kramnik did cross.
Okay.
Kramnik, Vichy, Topalov for sure. Then um, Fabi Ding, and I think Shakhriyar Mamedyarov, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure about Ali Reza.
I think
Um,
Alireza crossed in Blitz. Classical, I don't know if he crossed, but Blitz he did cross 2800.
I could be wrong completely with my list, but I just want to check this. I just want to check this out now. So Magnus, Kasparov, Caruana. Oh my God, I missed Wesley and Levon Aronian.
Yeah. By the way, Alireza must have crossed. Okay, you can just check it out. I'm sure he crossed because Blitz he crossed. He must
Okay,
have crossed in classical because he was world number 3. I remember that. World number 3 he cannot be
okay.
without
So I think
crossing.
I think there are 14. I got that completely wrong. I got that completely wrong. So Ali Reza has crossed even in the classical
Hmm.
2804. I think they considered it
Okay.
as a live rating. So maybe in the lives he did cross. Carlsen, Kasparov, Fabiano, Levon Aronian. Then we have Wesley So. and Shakhriyar Mamedarov, MVL, Vishy, uh, a Big Vlad, Vasilin Topalov, Ding Liren, Hikaru Nakamura, Krishchuk, and Alireza. So these are the guys who have actually crossed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
but
correct, Abhinav. Alireza did cross.
it's getting the point is I think more and more players are now going to be crossing with the years to come. I mean, just like earlier, 2700 was like the top most player, right? Number one. Slowly went to 2750, then 2800. It may go to 2900 anytime if Magnus continues playing.
Yeah, but actually, right, most of the players kind of have dropped right now. So it'll be quite a challenge for Magnus to get to 2900.
That's it. Okay,
Considering,
so
yeah.
I can just
So now,
put the list on the
yeah,
screen, right? I can just do that for to start with. Let's start with this. So yeah, these are the players that we have right now. So as we see, we have Humpy, who is a top seed right now in the women's section.
yeah. And I think she's been one of the most consistent players over a period of time. I think we're talking about at least 2 decades now, I guess. She's been
Yeah.
right on top for at least 17 to 18 years, right there in the women's world top 5.
Yeah, and I think
So
she even she got pregnant, she got a child, she became a mother, but she's still there.
yeah.
Did not affect.
then then we have the Muzychuk sisters, Mariya and Anna at 2 and 4. And then we
Yeah,
have Harika Dronavalli.
right.
And yeah,
We had Nana. I think you missed out on her from Georgia. I think
yeah.
Nana is a bit older, right? Yes, no, 1987. Yeah, she's not. No, all of them are, I think, pretty much a similar ages actually. Okay, I don't think there's
So
some.
I just would like to mention this though. We have like a comeback of Pia Cramling. For those of
Yeah,
y'all who don't know, Pia Cramling represents Sweden, and at one point of time, I think she was the women's world #1, if I'm not
yeah.
wrong, when Judith was obviously playing in the open category, or maybe slightly before Judith entered as well, because I Pia Cramling is a veteran, and she is a very very strong player. I think if we
If you guys know, I think most people will know Anna Cramling. So
yeah
she streams on Twitch, a very big streamer. So basically, Pia Cramling is her mother, or we could say Anna is her daughter, actually, to
sure.
put it that way.
And Pia Cramling has had a peak rating of 2550,
Yeah.
2550, and that is insanely strong. She's
Oh,
dropped a little in the last couple of years,
I think
but
she's not
yeah,
that active lately, right? Also, COVID happened, so I think most
yeah,
players have been inactive. Also, Pia Cramling, as you said, I think she must be the most senior. I have to just add it up because I remember watching her stream with Anna, and she mentioned herself and Suzanne Polgar, right? They probably
okay,
they played together. So she did mention about having problems in tournaments not being allowed and stuff like that earlier. I mean, they're pretty strong players, right? They're grandmasters.
yeah.
So I think she's one of the
So
first few grandmasters, isn't she? I think
yeah,
she
that's what
is the.
I wasn't sure, so that's why I didn't really say it. But I know that she's amongst the first
She
of the
mentioned it.
yeah
She mentioned. I think Suzanne, her, Judith, they got the titles round about the same time.
yeah
All of them got them
okay.
together. Okay.
And now coming back to the list, I think a personal favorite of mine from a very young age, I used to watch her games, is Stefanova from Bulgaria, Antonetta Stefanova. She's 2467. You can see her at number 10.
Yeah.
She is somebody whose games I really enjoyed watching. And yeah, it's going to be amazing to see all these players. One thing about the women's section is that they're stacked very close to each other. So if you're talking like a number 1 and a number 15, we're talking
Yeah.
about like 120-point ELO difference. And if you remove like the top 5, then we're basically talking about like a 60 or a 50-point difference, And I don't know if it's correct on my part to say this, but In the women's section, I think you can definitely be seeing more surprises. You know, I think the ELO is not a true or the only true reflection of the playing strengths, because some of them play only in the women's section, some of them play the open tournament, some
Yes,
of
that's
them
true.
play only the team tournaments. You know, it's very different. It's
But
very different.
overall,
So
overall, I think they play less than the open category in general. Most of them, not all of them, most of them. I think, and
and
also one more
you
thing to consider is a lot of them are streamers, so they have
yeah,
side hustle too. Okay, one more thing. If you have a look at Elizabeth, right, over here,
yeah, I was just about to come to
lately,
her next.
yeah, so she's having the IM title, but she is
Yeah,
as strong as a grandmaster, and she did drop a lot. She was
and
2300
then
something,
I think
and now
yeah, but then
she
I think she
has,
picked it
yeah,
up again.
yeah, and
So the last time we saw
she's
her,
just climbing, she's just jumping actually. It's not climbing. She's just
yeah,
jumped back to 2484. So she's almost back to, I think she was 2500
so
earlier. She dropped.
yeah, she has been 2500.
Yeah.
She has been 2500. We saw her at the Capel tournament in Cannes. We saw her, and I think she is an extremely strong player. She's been 2500 plus. Maybe she just needs a norm, maybe.
Yeah,
And
probably.
yeah. So, by the way, for those of you who don't know, the Olympiad is one of the biggest tournament, the norm making tournament. If I'm not wrong, I think the most number of norms ever made is through the Olympiad. You know, in a
there,
single event.
there are
So
thousands
you can
of
expect,
players, right? So norms are
and
bound to
yeah,
happen. And all kinds of norms. You know, you consider IM as a WIM, IM,
yeah,
WGM,
the
and
WGM
GM.
norms, and
Yes.
so it is a beautiful place to be at, because um, you probably would be seeing celebration before the game, or right after the game. If somebody attains the title, like, or the live or whatever, you'll see an entire huddle of 5 players and the coach and the manager and the support staff or whatever celebrating. It's like it's indeed a beautiful thing, and you will see the norms in the later rounds once we're talking about round number 9, 10, 11.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How many rounds are
So
there? Usually, I think usually it's 13 rounds, right? But I don't know this Olympiad how many rounds are going to be
I
held
think
this.
it generally is 13 for the
Hmm.
men and 11 for the female, for
Oh,
the women's section. So uh, we have to check it out, though. Let's actually just check that out. Let me check it. Playing schedule. Okay, I think we have 11 rounds for both the
okay.
open and
That's
the
what.
women's
No, no, no,
section
no. That's what, because
is 11.
I know there was a change. I know it's always 13. I remember reading that there was a change, but I was not sure. So it's like, okay, so 11
Okay.
now. It's 11 rounds.
Now, I think coming to the Indian contingent, this is what we need to be talking about. We skipped it because we just wanted to touch upon
I
all
think
the other teams
I
before
th-
getting to India.
I think we'll just go through the team rank first. And
Yeah.
well, we are number
So,
one.
yeah. So, India are the top seeds. It's just by a little of 8 rating points by the rating average. But I think we are real favorites to get the title. We have an extremely, extremely strong team. Humpy Koneru with being our topmost player. And then we have Harika Dronavalli. By the way, Humpy has crossed the 2600 mark. Then we have Harika Dronavalli, a very, very strong grandmaster. We have Vaishali R. Vaishali is going to be this. So if I'm not wrong, Vaishali is a GM elect. She has scored all her GM norms. She's marching towards the 2500 title.
She just needs
And
another
I think
58 points and she will be
that would
there.
make her India's third grandmaster.
Yeah,
We
amazing.
obviously have a grandmaster elect. We have a grandmaster elect, not to forget, Vijay Lakshmi,
Vijay Lakshmi.
who
Yeah.
was the torch bearer of Indian chess before Humpy came onto the scenes. And
Yeah,
even
I think
after
she
that,
is.
she's
I think
she
Vijay
probably has
Lakshmi
represented
is,
India.
I think, way too many
Probably she
times.
has. Yeah, she has probably she. I think if there's any record of the most number of representations in the Indian Olympiad team, it has to be Vijay Lakshmi.
I think she was India's first WGM, if I'm not wrong. So after that, she
Yep.
must have got the IM title immediately.
So we have Vaishali, who's an international master and a woman grandmaster. She's a grandmaster elect. What do we mean by elect? We mean she has all the three norms, just waiting for her rating. And then we have
The one and only Tanya Sachdev.
Tanya Sachdev, international master Tanya Sachdev, and a very good friend and statemate, Bhakti Kulkarni, who we actually interviewed. If you haven't really seen that interview, you can go and check out. We interviewed her on the day of the torch relay when it was in our city. And she was extremely humbled to be a part of it. And she was, just
She's very
I could see the excitement.
Very friendly too on the video for the interview. Maybe it was because we were there and we are our friends, but you should definitely check it out. Very genuine expressions. She was not just standing like a statue and giving answers. Okay.
So now, apart from this, we have another team that is fielded as well, and
shall we
India
go to that
too
team
in
directly?
Okay. Yeah. So this team, I would say, is more the India's second team is something that I would love to watch the games. The games are just going to be absolutely phenomenal. We have Vantika Agarwal, woman grandmaster Vantika, young and in tremendous form. We have the seasoned campaigner Soumya Swaminathan, international master. I somehow managed to play her I played, I think, a Mayor's Cup tournament, in Mumbai, the Mumbai International Open. I played it like 4 times and I managed to play her 4 times. So I don't know what it was there, but yeah. And then we have Marianne Gomes, women grandmaster Marianne Gomes, and we have international master Padmini Rao. She's also been a national women's champion, multiple-time national women's champion. So
actually, we didn't mention even for open section actually. I think Padmini has won the Asian Continental as well as Bhakti, as well as Soumya, as well as, let's have a look at, I think Humpy obviously, Harika obviously, Tanya obviously. Yes, I think we have a lot of players who have won the Asian Continental already. Cannot hear you if you're talking to me.
Yeah. No. I just muted for a moment. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. And I think this team is more about, as you were saying, experience and youngsters, right? Like Divya and Vantika are the youngsters here.
And when we talk about the styles, I think Padmini is an extremely attacking player as well. So we're talking about a lot of dynamic chess being brought up here. And I think Padmini is a very attacking player. Soumya Swaminathan is a very dynamic player as well. At least the games that I've played her from personal experience, I can say that she's played very nice, exciting chess. And you can, Marianne Gomes is going to be like the anchor of the team. Probably in this group, I would say she is the most experienced, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, she should be.
So it's going to be fun.
Do you remember the first time we saw Marianne?
Yes, I think it must have been in Calicut, right? The under 15.
Yeah, we both were really we both were really young, but we got selected. You were 7, I was 9, and Marianne won that sub junior nationals along with, you remember who won in the Open?
Gupta, I guess.
Yes, Abhijit Gupta and Marianne Gomes. That was the first time I saw her.
So we have both Abhijit Gupta playing for the India third team. Actually, I don't like calling it India third team. It sounds a little like not fair. I think India A, B, C is better, right? I don't know. So
yeah, we can
whatever it is. Yeah. So in the women's section, I think being top seeds, I think we are firm favorites to win the gold.
Yes,
if not the gold, at least we are firm favorites to win a medal.
And yes, again, as we spoke yesterday about helping each other, I think India too will be doing a great job, and they'll be helping India 1 and India 1 will be helping India 2. I mean, that's going to happen here too. Even though there is a difference, you see, I think we are 12 seeds, but we can achieve a lot more than that. We'll actually have a look at the other teams too, right?
Yeah. So I think
Uh,
Kazakhstan.
I think
Kazakhstan is
Kazakhstan
a
has that youngster. I forgot. I cannot pronounce the name
Dinara. Is
properly.
it Dinara? I'm not sure. I
No, I
just
was talking about Zansaya. I think she's a youngster. She's a
okay.
grandmaster. She
Okay.
attained it very recently. Let me just check. It should be her. Yes, yes, exactly. 2000 born.
Oh yes,
Okay.
correct.
Oh well,
Yes.
they're not that young. Okay. I remember seeing her now over COVID. She was like 18 years old, right? And now she's
Hmm.
22, 21, 22. Did not realize we all grow very fast. She's almost 22 now. Okay. I do know she got her
I mean,
title.
and then I spoke about Dinara. She's the second
Yes.
player. Let's just kind of avoid the family names or what Sadukasova. Okay, it's just not so natural for the Indian tongue to pronounce this, right?
We can just say
uh,
Dinara, Bibi Sara. We can use those
yeah,
names.
exactly. So Dinara and Bibisara are well-known players on the women's circuit. So this is Bibisara is another very young and upcoming player. So you should be a little wary of these young talents because it's just a matter of time before this could be where they are going to peak maybe in a year or going to peak maybe in about 6 months from now, and
That's true.
this could very well be the start of that journey. So it is going to be fun to watch this Kazakh team in action as well. And we
Uh,
should not be forgetting the Georgian team. They're not far
yes.
behind.
I also see over here she's a WM, but her rating is almost 2400. So she has not taken the
Yeah,
FM title. She has not taken the
no, I mean
FM
you mean
title.
the no the IM title, the WGM
FM.
title. You mean?
WGM, we need the norms, so I don't know about the norms if she got them, but at least FM, the rating
Yeah,
is higher than WIM, right? She's not taken that one, but she's almost of an
yeah.
IM rating, 2400 there. Okay. We'll have a
So
look at
the
Ukraine,
George
right? Or Georgia.
no, we've already seen the Ukraine team, right? We have the
Uh,
Muzychuk sisters, Ushanina.
yes, and okay, we spoke
So
about them already.
yeah. So now
All right.
talking about the Georgian team is full of experience in terms of when we talk about the average age of the other countries. The Georgian team definitely has a lot of experience with Nana on top,
Yes.
and
Yes,
then when
exactly.
we talk about
I think even Nino is very
Leila,
experienced.
exactly, yeah. So that it's a full-fledged experience come real strength. We're talking about 24, 20 upper higher 2400s, 2500s with a lot of experience. And I think Georgia has a rich history of getting medals in the Olympiad in the women's
Yes,
section.
they do.
So you can't count that out. You can't really count that out. They've always been in and around. Now, I understand that in this particular Olympiad, we are missing two of the top uh, chess nations in the women's section, with China and Russia missing out. But Georgia, even with them, they've always been a very strong nation in and around, in and around the medals. So
Yes.
it is going to be, and I just want to mention to the viewers out here, when we talk about the top three, okay, when we talk about the top three in the women's section, all the rating averages is just it's 11-point differential between the top seeds and the third seeds on the rating average. That is
Yeah.
way too close. So you can never say that Georgia and Ukraine are they're second seeds. They're second seeds by just a very small margin. So yeah, I think it's going to be real fun. And
And
also to mention, Abhijit Kunte is the captain of the Indian A team, a very seasoned campaigner himself, amongst India's top. I mean, he was amongst India's first 5 or 6 grandmasters. So a rich experience coming in there. And I think even the Kazakh captain Pavel Kostur is an extremely experienced grandmaster. So I remember him. I remember him meeting my uncle, our uncle rather. So yeah, that is what it is.
yes,
Uh,
and before we go forward, just say hi to everybody in the chat. We had Sachit, hi, Sachit, welcome, Abhinav, Samarth, Anish. Just for fun, hi, yes, we're marking your attendance and I hope you stay. We'll mark the attendance at the end of the stream, just letting you guys know. And Ishan, hi, welcome. And Samarth is saying he wants to play with you, so make a playing with subscribers. Yeah, we'll definitely do that in one of the streams. We will have Niraj over here and he can play subscribers. We'll do that one day before the Olympiad.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go forward.
So talking about the other teams in this, all of them, now we're coming to the only other remaining two teams which are 2400 plus in terms of average rating. So we have the Polish
Poland.
team, which is very, yeah. So I think Monika Sochko, I'm not sure if she's the wife of Barta Sochko from Poland. I'm not sure if she's a wife or the sister, but I know that she's related to him. So they are very, very strong, the Polish team. Now, don't be fooled by this WIM, the third player with Olivia Klobrasa. 2376 WIM is not a WIM, She probably is waiting on a WGM title, or
Yeah,
she
IM
probably
title
is just
very
wants
soon.
to get the IM title very soon. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
you
don't
actually, if you look at all the women players, okay,
yeah
they're almost 2400 and their titles just don't match up to that. Uh,
exactly.
just,
Apart from Alina, I think
yeah.
where you can say Monika Sochko is like an IM rating at the moment, but she is obviously touched 2500 and
There's
pumped.
the next Maria is also the same,
Yeah.
2393.
She probably could have had the WGM title by now, but she's sticking by the FM. Then there's 2315 with a
W.
WFM title, the Women's FIDE Master,
He's
where
almost a W. Yeah, a
GM, like
WGM is
35 points
20.
away.
Yes, exactly. 2350. So,
Yeah.
uh, feels like a lot of them are just, I wouldn't, the rating is high.
Undertitled. How
Undertitled.
often
Yeah,
do we say that?
I was not able to figure out what to say. I have
So,
France. Oh man, it's the
yeah,
same over
I,
here. I mean,
yeah.
WIM at 2373. So,
But I think here the well-known names are definitely Marie,
and I think
and
Sophie is also very well known.
yeah, and okay, this is an experienced team. It's a super experienced team. So you can expect the France team maybe to be dark horses because they all have a very similar kind of rating as well. Maybe so they can hold their fort. Now, Azerbaijan has been always a team which is knocking on the door. They have some really exciting players, and I think in this team, we it's packed with youngsters. It's all youngsters, and this is what is beautiful about this Azerbaijani team. I think if we talk about the oldest player in the team, it is uh, the the girl on the top board, Gunay
Gunay, is
Mamadzada.
she? So she is.
Yes, I think. No,
She's
okay.
two.
No, actually, we have player four. We have player four, Gulnar Mamadova. I think.
Uh,
Yeah, Mamadova is
Gulnar.
an international master, and she's the oldest member on the team.
But
But
she's just 31 years old and 30 years
yeah,
old. Okay. All
so
right.
the top three are pretty young. So this is going to be an exciting. This is going to be a very, very exciting. Uh, you know, team to whoever is going to be playing against the Azerbaijan team,
It's
and
just
somehow the
like
Azerbaijanis.
it's just like our open section second team, you mean, right? Very similar.
Yeah, and somehow the Azerbaijani team, it just is like because probably Kasparov is born and brought up in Baku, Azerbaijan. Probably just have his DNA injected into them. They just play fierce attacking chess. And you do fear a team like that because, like, let's say they go all guns blazing on two boards and they nick a draw somewhere else. It's not before you even know it, you can be hit with a loss. They could just snatch away 2.5 points. So it comes with it comes with its advantages and disadvantages. But as an opponent, you're always going to be wary and you're going to always be a little. I wouldn't use the word scared, but you'll have to be a little cautious about a team like this. Yeah.
Yes.
surprisingly, I mean, I wouldn't say surprisingly, but the USA women's team has never been anything close to the
The
men's
open
team,
section, right? The open
the
section
open
team.
section. So when we talk about the women's team here,
Yeah. We have Irina Krush. I think she's very experienced.
yeah, Carissa Yip Carissa, very, very
Yes.
strong. So
She's a youngster.
she's a youngster and she's made massive strides in the last couple of years. So from being the national junior champion to being the national senior champion to competing in the open section
I think
as
even her
well,
title has
as a
also,
wild
she
card.
got the
Yeah,
IM title too. I mean, I remember first seeing her as a WIN. And then,
WFM. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure if she
of,
had the WFM as well. I thought she had the
yeah,
WFM when she
but,
was very young.
yeah, and then now she's an IM. So just, and
Yeah,
she's very good with online chess too. She's been playing all these speed
true.
championships.
And I think she has a lot of experience, and um, she's been working in and around Ray Robson and this very strong team of US grandmasters, Samuel Savian, and all these guys who have been playing in and around. So she, and I would say from the US team, although this guy doesn't feature, I think if any of the top players drop from the team, we could see Samuel Savian and Hans Niemann,
Oh yeah,
someday
Hans
make it to the
Niemann.
team.
Yeah, I mean that's I think
So,
very soon going to happen. He's almost 2700, Hans Niemann.
oh wow, I didn't know that. I thought he was 2630 or something.
Nah, he's close to 27, 26 higher. 26
Yeah,
70,
I
twenty six
mean,
80. I think he is. If you just check out.
I think
Uh,
his rating right now is at let's check his rating actually. His rating is at 2688. Wow,
yeah, so
amazing.
I know because they're all in competition. Gukesh, him, Arjun
Yeah.
Ariagassi, so like they're all fighting up there to reach the 2700 mark. But if you, Hans is one person who I remember
Who in the
seeing,
pandemic was an
and
international master in the pandemic.
yes,
All
and
through the pandemic, I was watching his streams.
exactly. And then he just goes in a couple of years, after 1, 2 years, he goes and plays tournaments and just increases. Can you imagine his rating? He must have increased more than 200 points.
Yeah,
Plus,
it's like
he's got the title.
240 points.
Exactly. Plus,
Yeah, I
got
mean
the title. At
the title is one thing. You probably would expect somebody very strong to get the title, but to increase the points so quickly,
No, the point is in
and
a very short period of time because even for a title is
yeah,
not easy. First of all, your rating plus you need three norms and you need to be consistent, right? Along with the title, he has got to 2680, almost 2700. So he's got like
true.
everything. He's just he's not gone down, a single time. He's just climbing up.
Yeah. So I think one thing to speak about him, Hans Niemann, is that uh, after getting the Grandmaster title, and in spite of streaming as much as he used to, I really don't know how he got the time to work on his chess or what exactly is his secret. But
Streaming was probably his secret, just like it's Nakamura's secret. But
because he's number 45 in the world at the moment. So I mean, I remember Hans kind of in one of the streams saying that, well, I'll just text Yip Carissa about canceling the today practice session or whatever it may be. So whatever they were practicing together has definitely worked. She's gotten to the IM title very quickly, and I think they're about the same age, if I'm not wrong.
they will be around the
Yip,
same
yeah,
age, yeah.
exactly. They're born exactly in the same year, 2003 born. So yeah, it is. It is. I mean, wow. Yeah, agreed, Ishan. Arjun grew as fast. But, the thing about Arjun and Gukesh and all these guys is we have been following their progress from a very long time. So we know exactly. And considering Gukesh, we've played tournaments with him. Personally, I've played tournaments when he was playing as well. We've gone on some foreign trips. We've played the same
No,
tournament. So you see it.
yeah, no, it's not just that. I mean, we were particularly talking about Hans. It's not just because of the rise, it's because he was a very big streamer. It's not easy
Yeah,
to be a Nakamura, to stream as well as play, at the top level. And I know it's not nothing wrong, but all the other players are not really streamers or don't do anything at the side, but Hans did it. So that's why we are particularly talking about Hans.
Ishan says, I remember Hans flirting with Anna Cramling. Okay. I think it was more Andrea Bottes, but let's leave that there.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, what you do you think we do you think it's going to be tough competition for India to win the gold here, or it's definitely
No,
going
I
to
mean,
be
the
much
gold is
tougher,
all.
right?
I think the gold is obviously going to be a huge thing, but I think we can definitely expect the Indian team to be top three.
Yeah, somehow now looking at the teams, I feel as if
Yeah,
it's a bit easier in the open section because we have three teams there. So I feel like
yeah.
we have better chances in the open section because of the three teams that we have.
Somehow, I think a part of it probably could be because you know who are the very, very strong teams in the open section. You kind of would expect the Indian team to beat
Hmm.
some of the other teams. At least on paper, it seems like
Yes,
it's a
yes.
given. But in the women's section, it's hard to really say that. Although we are higher in rating, because the women's teams seem way more experienced. Like there could be a team which is not as high rated, but the experience could make up for that rating difference.
Yeah, also I think there'll be a lot of teams where I think in the open section it comes a bit lower at at the middle or the
Yeah,
second half. What I'm talking about basically is the members having a difference. For example, there could be an
yeah,
IM playing in one of these teams in the women's section, and then there could be an untitled player also in the very same team. And a lot, as we've already seen, like they will be underrated and undertitled, as you have already mentioned. And you expect upsets over them, which
yeah.
yeah, I mean it just happens. I mean, at least in the open section, like this person's a title, the strength of the player, but here it's a bit more difficult. So
True.
upsets, I think, do happen. I think upsets, for example, if you consider Divya Deshmukh, before she rose to fame, she did have a lot of upsets, right? So yeah, considering how she did it, I'm sure a lot more other players will be there just like her.
Yeah, very true. Actually, so that is a major point that we need to understand is that in the women's section, you will see a lot of the uh, lower players, the younger players, bringing surprises because it just goes from the simple fact that they won't, and in the women's section you won't see as many draws as the men's section because
Yeah.
when we talking about 2700s, we're talking about the number of mistakes being absolutely minimal. So a lot of games end in draws for that reason.
Hmm.
But when we're talking about 2500s, probably there will be some more mistakes, in the crunch moments. And it's not about the women's section. I'm talking about even males,
Hmm.
the 2500s, there will be more mistakes. And hence the number of draws actually reduce.
Yeah. As you
So,
keep going down the ladder, if you see
yeah.
ratings, the draws keep reducing. That's right.
So it's just basic logic that if you see an 800 or 1,000 rated playing on chess.com, if he plays 100 games, we probably are going to be talking about maximum of 5 to 10 draws.
Hmm.
That itself would be a lot because at
Right.
some point of time he's going to miss a mate in one, he's going to blunder a queen, his opponent is going to blunder a queen or whatever like that. So just by that logic, in the women's section, we generally tend to see lesser number of draws, and that makes it a very even playing field. I think in the men's section, a lot of the times I have seen personally when two of the strong teams are playing, they don't decide obviously, but they kind of have the mindset that I'm okay with a draw on this board, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
and maybe like for example, if Azerbaijan is playing Russia, they may say we are okay with draws on board number 2, 3, 4. We want Shakriat Mamedyarov with the white pieces on board 1 to try for the win,
Hmm.
if he can. So
Yeah.
we do see that, but in the women's section, you're not going to see any compromises like that. They
Yeah,
all are
yeah.
going
They'll
to
be
go all
going
guns
for a
blazing.
win. Yeah, they'll go all in for a
Yeah.
win. That's there.
Ishan says one medal in the women's section is sure, isn't it? Yeah, it feels like that being top seeds. But you need to understand that although we are saying that we're top seeds, we're just top seeds by the barest of margins. Like the top three are basically almost the same. And when we talk about the top four, I would say the top four teams here, I think we have our medalists in the top four. I would say all the three medalists are going to be from the top four here.
I
So
can't be so
if
sure. I can't be so sure.
I mean, so that's a bold prediction, obviously, right? So we're talking about
Yeah,
predictions here.
because France, I think you mentioned about like France, Poland, Azerbaijan, you mentioned.
No, so
Uh,
France is full of experience. Azerbaijan is full of youth. USA is like a mixture of both.
well,
And
Germany
I
will have
think,
Elizabeth. Germany will have Elizabeth, right? Yes. Here we have
yeah,
Elizabeth. All right. Yeah, but if you know, I've noticed like most of the players are all very similar, right? 23, 2400s, all the players and all the
yeah.
teams. They're very, okay. Romania.
Okay. So when we talk about bold predictions, let's talk about the predictions overall before we wrap up this,
Yeah.
right? So what would be your one bold prediction on stream? So we everyone's watching. Like let's say one bold prediction in the male category in the open section.
I'm saying India is getting a medal there for sure.
Ah, that's not bold.
No,
We
okay.
kind of expect that.
Okay. You want some other team, is it? All right. Let me
No,
get that.
I didn't mean some other team. I'm asking for a bold prediction, something that is someone here and they'll be like, "Oh, really? Are you serious? You think we can?" It will be that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I can talk about any other team. I mean, India. Obviously, we
Any
have a
other team
thing.
as well. Any other team as well.
Hmm. Yeah. I did look at the teams yesterday. Uh, what is your bold prediction? I think
Okay.
you mentioned Spain yesterday. Was that the one?
No, no, that's my dark horse. I'm going to go
Huh.
with a bold prediction, a dark horse, and who I think are going to be champions. So I'm going to go in that order. In the men's section, I'm going to say that USA are going to win the tournament. My prediction.
Okay.
And my bold prediction would be we are going to have two Indian teams in the top four.
Okay.
Okay, so that definitely guarantees us one medal. And my dark horses for the tournament are Spain.
Okay.
So
Uh,
what about you?
let me have a look. I have I feel as if me Norway can okay, but they are the fourth seeds. Let me go a bit lower so that I can give you bold prediction. All right,
Iran will come
I will put Iran in the list in
of
the
what medal winners.
top five.
Okay, that's your bold prediction. Iran finishing top five. Okay, and who do you think are going to go on and win it?
Yeah, we have three teams. I will say India. I feel as if we will
Okay,
be beating United States. Let's put United States silver. I'm gonna say silver for
okay,
United
and
States.
and your dark horses.
I think my dark horses are Iran, and they are in the top five. And it's a bold
Oh,
prediction.
so
Everything
oh my God.
together.
Okay, okay. So she's going all in. She's going all her chips on Iran. Okay, okay, that's nice. Now let's move to the women's section. In the women's section, I would say my prediction for the first place. I don't know if I hope it's India, but I think I would say Ukraine. I have a feeling Ukraine are going to take it, but I hope it's India. But obviously, I hope it's India, but I think Ukraine will take the gold. My bold prediction would be that my bold prediction is going to be that uh, I don't know. I want to say that the USA team will not finish in the top 10. That's my bold prediction,
Oh, you can
and
give predictions
it's a
that
little
way.
negative. It's a little negative, but yeah, my bold prediction is USA will not finish in the top 10, and Azerbaijan are my dark horses are Azerbaijan for the tournament.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna say I have a thing for actually Ukraine are very strong to be honest. I have to go with Ukraine. I have to go with Ukraine as you mentioned. But obviously, we hope India wins. But India, and I do say that India is going to get a medal though, top 3. Even if we do not win,
Okay,
we'll
so
get a
that's
medal
not
for
bold.
sure.
That's not bold.
No, that's not bold. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And which other team, right? Let's go. I'm going to go with.
Ishan says, how about Kazakhstan with Bibisara? So the Kazakh team is extremely strong, Ishan, and that's why I really couldn't put them as dark horses or a bold prediction because, to be completely honest, I think my 3 medal winners are going to be Ukraine, India, and Kazakhstan.
Okay, so I'm going to say France. I do not feel will come in the top 5. Okay, France.
Okay, but I mean they're
France or
seeded
top
6th,
10
so
or top 10.
wow. Okay, that's bold. That's bold. France not finishing in top 10. Okay, that is definitely bold.
Bulgaria. Nah, I like them. I know a couple of players. I don't know too many of them.
Also, a few other, as Nandini is just checking her a few other things that we need to mention about several of the other
my
teams.
camera went off. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I just want to mention that a few of the other important things about the Olympiad this time is that I think after a very, very long time, the player Torre is not going to be playing representing the team Philippines in the offline Olympiad. I think it's after I don't know how many years, I don't know how many Olympiads he has represented, but he's been a regular face. If not, I think he has to be.
I think in one of the last Olympiads, he had a fabulous performance.
He won a board prize.
Yeah.
He won a board prize with 10 out of 11.
Exactly. And considering his age and he's like so experienced,
yeah, I think I did check this out. He is one player who will not be featuring in the Olympiad this time. It's sad because if there's anyone who's very consistent, it is Torre. He won't be featuring for the Philippines team. And one player who I think a notable mention would be Alexander Baburin from Ireland, who's the author of the very, very famous book, Winning Pawn Structures. So if any of you guys want to learn about the winning pawn structures, Eugenio Torre, correct, Ishan. We're talking about Eugenio Torre.
We just call him Torre because we know him as Torre.
Yeah. Oh, that's Ishan Kakodkar. Wow, I was like, okay, I thought it was just the same Ishan Garg who was there throughout.
Oh, yeah, the two Ishans in the chat. Right. Yeah, Ishan Kakodkar actually missed us for a few streams, but Ishan Kakodkar is back now.
If I'm not wrong, I think Ishan Kakodkar is from Savadde, Goa, if my memory serves me right.
Yeah. He is mentioned.
Is he from Savadde? Like, I think the same school as Kapil, if I'm not wrong. Let us know in the chat, Ishan, if you're the same guy. I remember playing against or playing around.
Oh, wait, I have played Ishan. If it's the same Ishan, I have played Ishan in a tournament, in a rapid tournament. I played in the first round, I guess. I won that round.
I think I too have. So just let us know, Ishan, if you're the same guy from Savadde or Kurchere, whatever you want to, yeah?
He is.
Yes, I am the same guy.
Okay.
Facts Cover says, why don't you do a stream of playing with subs one day?
We'll do it.
I think Facts Cover, you've just joined. So Nandini did mention that we shall do it on one of the days.
We'll do it very soon on one of the days. We will have Niraj play against you guys. Since I have already played with you people, Atul has played with you all. We'll get Niraj to play with you all. And maybe we could even get a title player sometime to play with you all. Another title player. Maybe some Grandmaster. Hopefully, if we are able to convince him. Let's see.
Or let's hope that if you all guys wait long enough, I could change my title and come, someday. Okay, so I think we've spoken about predictions and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I think we will end here, right? We don't
yeah,
have too
we
many
can call
people
it a
in the
wrap.
chat. We'll wrap it up right now. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and whoever stayed in here, thank you so much. It was actually very nice. We had a good talk.
Please do like
Oh
the
yes,
stream if you haven't already. Helps a
like
long
the
way with the
stream.
YouTube. Helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And if you
Yes.
haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. And you can go ahead, everyone, and under this, in this video, you can go ahead and tell us your bold prediction, your dark horses, and who you think will get the gold in the women and the open
Open
sections.
section.
Yeah, Anish, bye bye,
Good night,
and good
guys.
night, everyone.
Thank you
Have a
so
great
much. Have a
night
great
ahead. Yeah, bye
night,
bye,
great
everyone.
evening, great morning, wherever you are, and bye bye.
Bye bye. Yep.